Assalamu alaikum students. I am chemistry teacher from Ismailia Youth Services School. Today we are going to start the chapter number 1, that is the introduction to chemistry for the new session, that is the 2021-22. Okay, today's our topics are the definition chemistry. It is the chemistry and the definition of chemistry, the branches of chemistry, chemistry and society, and then at the end I will give some instruction for copy presentation. Okay, now listen again. Today's our topics are the definition of chemistry, branches of chemistry, chemistry and society, and then at the last I will give some instruction for the copy presentation. Okay, now before going to start the topic, follow the instructions. The instructions are keep your textbook along with you, ask question at the end of the session only in chat box, use hand free if you are using mobile, and headphone for computer use. Take care of time for attending the class. Home tasks should be done in your fair copy of the subject. If there is any disconnectivity during the teaching, try to join session within 5 to 10 minutes. Feed your ID and password properly with your name and class. Okay, I, I hope all these are clear to you. Now, chemistry. Now, what is chemistry? Chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the properties, composition, and structure of matter. Listen again. Chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the properties, composition, and structure of matter. So, what is matter? As we know the definition of matter, that matter is anything which have weight and occupies space. Listen again. Matter, what is matter? Matter is anything which have weight and occupies space. And when we study about the matter, its properties and composition and structure of matter, then it is a branch of it is a branch of science which is called the chemistry. Another definition, one thing more I want to add here, that matter is made up of the smallest particle of matter is called the atom, and when two or more atom combine together, then they form a molecule. Okay, so other definition for chemistry is chemistry also deals with the changes involved in the matter. What type of changes? Changes means when atoms or molecules combine together, chemical change occur and they form a compound. So this type of changes when occur in a matter, it also come in a branch of science which is called the chemistry. It also deals with the principles governing the changes which matter may undergo. So when changes occur in matter, there are some principles or rules which governing the changes in matter undergo. So all these are included in a chemistry. So listen again. Chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the properties, composition, and structure of matter. And as we know the definition of matter, what is matter? Anything which have weight and occupies space is called matter. Another definition for the chemistry, chemistry also deals with the changes involved in the matter. It also deals with the principles governing the changes which matter may undergo. Okay, I think it is clear to you. Now going to the next topic, that is branches of chemistry. There are many branches of chemistry which we learn in chemistry. That is the physical chemistry. Okay? There are many branches of chemistry: physical chemistry, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, polymeric chemistry, analytical chemistry, biochemistry, industrial chemistry, nuclear chemistry, and environmental chemistry. Okay, these are the different branches of chemistry. What are the different branches? Physical chemistry, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, polymeric chemistry, analytical chemistry, biochemistry, industrial chemistry, nuclear chemistry, and environmental chemistry. These are the different branches of chemistry. Now I will define and explain all these branches of chemistry one by one. Okay, now the first one is the physical chemistry. Okay, it is a branch of chemistry It is the branch of chemistry, physical chemistry. It is the branch of chemistry which deals with the principles governing the combination of atom and molecules in a chemical reaction. Again, listen, it is a branch of chemistry that deals with the principles governing the combination of atoms and molecules in a chemical reaction. As I have mentioned before, that matter, the smallest particle of matter is the atom, and when atoms combine together, they form a molecule. Okay, so in simple way, in simple words, we can define the physical chemistry in a we can say that it is a branch of chemistry which deals with the physical properties and physical behavior of material things. Means it deals with the principles governing the combination of atoms. When atoms combine together, they form a molecule or they form, and when chemical change occur, they form a compound. Okay, and these chemical changes, there are some rules or principles are involved in these changes. So the branch of chemistry which deals with the principles governing the combination of atom and molecule in chemical reaction is called the physical chemistry. When we study about these principles and the laws which governing the changes in a chemical reaction is called the physical chemistry. I hope it is clear to you. Now, next branch of chemistry is the organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the carbon compounds. Listen carefully, it deals with the carbon compounds, okay? With the exception of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, metal carbonates, bicarbonates, and carbides. Although carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, metal carbonates, bicarbonates, and carbides are the compound which also contain the carbon, but these compounds are not included in organic chemistry. Organic chemistry only included the carbon compound which are obtained from the living organisms, means from the plants and animals. I am repeating, listen carefully. Organic compounds are the compound containing carbon, but the carbon containing compound obtained from plants and animals. And the compounds, that is carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, metal carbonates, and bicarbonates and carbide. These compounds also contain the carbon, but they are not included in the organic chemistry. Why these compounds are not included in the organic chemistry? Because these compounds obtained from the non-living matter or from the non-living organisms. So therefore, it's the reason why these compounds are not included in the organic chemistry. The other definition or the simple definition of organic chemistry, it is the chemistry of hydrocarbons and their derivatives. Derivatives, the substances or the compound obtained from the hydrocarbons. Okay, so it is the chemistry of hydrocarbons, means hydrogen, a compound having hydrogen and carbon is called the hydrocarbons. So the organic chemistry is the branch of chemistry that deals with the carbon compounds, and these carbon compounds mostly obtained from the living matter, means from the plants and animals. And the compound having the carbon but not obtained from the living matter is called the, are not included in the organic chemistry. The simple definition of organic chemistry, it is the branch of chemistry of hydrocarbon. Okay, it is the branch, it is the chemistry of hydrocarbons and their derivatives. I think it is clear to you. Now next one is the inorganic chemistry. It is the branch of chemistry which deals with the, it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the chemistry of elements and their compounds generally obtained from non-living organisms. Okay, it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the chemistry of elements and their compounds generally obtained from the non-living organisms, that is from the minerals. I hope it is clear to you. And now what is the difference between organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry? Inorganic chemistry having the carbon compounds, okay, and mostly obtained from the living organisms, that is from the plants and animals. And inorganic chemistry, the compounds obtained from the non-living organisms is called the inorganic chemistry. And the example of inorganic chemistry are the from the mostly these compounds obtained from the minerals. Okay, now listen again. It is a branch of chemistry that deals with the chemistry of elements and their compounds generally obtained from non-living organism, that is from the mineral. So the difference between the organic chemistry and non-organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry is that organic chemistry, the compounds obtained mostly from the living matter, that is from the plants and elements, and having carbon atoms are the study of hydrocarbons. And inorganic chemistry are the study of the compounds obtained mostly from the minerals, or we can say from the non-living organism. I hope it is clear to you. Now, going to the next branch of chemistry. The next branch of chemistry is the analytical chemistry. Okay, it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of the methods and techniques involved to determine the kind, quality, and quantity of various components in a given substance. Listen again. It is a branch of chemistry that deals with the study of the methods and techniques involved to determine the kind, quality, and quantity of various components in a given substance. In simple words, we can say it is a branch of chemistry that deals with the analysis of different substances. We can say, in simple word, we can say it is a branch of chemistry that deals with the analysis of different substances. What does it mean by analysis? Analysis means if we have a compound, means a compound formed by the combination chemical change occur and atom or molecule combine together and form a chemical substance called a compound. And if you want to study about the each element, the element or the components, the in a compound, if we have a compound, so it is formed by the combination of different components, and we want to study the about the components in this given substance and in the compound, that is the kind, quality, and quantity of various component in a given substance. So this type of branch of chemistry is called the analytical chemistry. Okay. Now next one is the biochemistry. Next branch of chemistry is the biochemistry. It is a branch of chemistry that deals with the compounds of living organisms, that is plants and animals, and their metabolisms in the living body. So it is the study of chemical compound. In short, we can say that it is the study of chemical compounds and their reactions occurring in living thing, that is plants and animals. Now you can see the word the metabolism. Now what is mean by metabolism? What is a metabolism? Metabolism is the process by which our body convert what we eat and drink into energy. As now listen again, it is a branch of chemistry that deals with the compounds of living organisms. It's the living organism having the different chemical compounds in their body, that is in plants and animals, and their metabolism and the in the living body. Now, what is mean by metabolism? As we know that when we eat food, it gives us energy. Okay, and the process, it is a process. Metabolism, what is metabolism? It is the process by which our body convert what we eat and drink into energy. So this process is called the metabolism. Now, next one is the industrial chemistry. You all are familiar with the industries. You know about the chemistry industries. Different substances are prepared or made in the industries, and that is what is the how we will define how we can define the industrial chemistry. It is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of different chemical processes involved in the chemical industries. As we know that when there is something prepared in the industries, so there are some processes involved in the industries, and the study of these processes is coming to a branch of chemistry which is called the industrial chemistry. Listen again. It is a branch of chemistry that deals with the study of different chemical processes involved in the chemical industries for the manufacture of synthetic products like glass, cement, paper, soda ash. What is soda ash? Soda ash are the carbonates of sodium. Okay, what is soda ash? These are the carbonates of sodium, and they are widely used in our daily life. And for example, soda ash or the baking soda, baking powder, these all are included in the soda ash. Fertilizers and medicines, etc. All these substances are the synthetic products, and they are prepared in the industries. So, what are the different substances which are prepared in the industries? That is the glass, cement, paper, soda ash. What is soda ash? Soda ash is the carbonates of sodium. Okay. For example, we use it in our daily life. That is the baking soda or baking powder, etc. These all are included in the soda ash. That is the fertilizers, medicines, etc. These are all about the industrial chemistries. Now, I hope it is clear to you. Now, going to the next branch of chemistry, that is the nuclear chemistry. As from the name, we can conclude that nuclear. What is mean by nuclear? An atom is a central part. An atom, a central part, is called the nucleus. And nucleus, the proton and nucleon are present. So it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of changes occurring in the nuclei of an atom. Okay, as you know that about the structure of an atom has the two parts, that is the central part which is called the nucleus, and the outer parts which is called the extranuclear part. The nucleus protons and neutrons are present, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay. So in a nuclear chemistry, it is a branch of chemistry that deals with the study of changes occurring in the nuclei of an atom. When there are changes occurring in the nuclei of an atom, this type of study is come in a branch of chemistry which is called the nuclear chemistry. Now, when the nucleus of an atom and the changes occurring in the nuclei of an atom, some other changes also accompanied with the nuclei, with the changes in the nuclei, that is the emission of invisible rays. There are some rays which are emitted during the nuclear changes, and these rays are called the invisible radiation. Mostly they are called the radioactive rays. Now, in short, we can say that we can say that it is the study of nucleus. That is, there are two types of reaction or changes occur in the nucleus. That is the nuclear fission reaction and the nuclear fusion reaction. What is mean by the fission reaction and fusion reaction? As we know that when the nuclei are in small in size, that they combine together and change into the large nuclei. This is called the fusion reaction. And what is the fission reaction? A large nuclei break into smaller parts and change into two or more parts. So this type of reaction is called the nuclear fission reaction. And when these two types of reactions occur, some invisible radiations are emitted from the nuclei, and these rays are called the radioactive rays. Okay. Now, next one is the environmental chemistry. Environmental, as you know, what is environment and what will be the. So, it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of interaction of chemical material and their effect on the environment of animals and plants. Okay. So some chemical materials are also present in our environment, and the interaction of these chemical substances and of these chemical substances on the environment of animals and plants. Okay. And this branch of chemistry is called the environmental chemistry. Okay, next one is the polymeric chemistry. Polymers, polymeric. Now listen carefully. I think this heading is somewhat new for you. What is polymer? It is a branch of chemistry that deals specially with the study of polymerization and the product obtained through the process of polymerization, such as plastics, synthetic fibers, papers, etc. So, what are the polymers and what is the polymerization? Polymers, which is what is polymers and what are the polymerization? The word polymer is formed from the word polymers, formed from the poly means many, and meric or mers means part. So polymers means many parts. Study of polymers and polymerization. So what is the polymers? Poly means many and mers means parts. So polymers means many parts. So it is the branch of chemistry that deals specially with the study of polymerization. Now what is mean by polymerization? What is a polymerization? Any process in which polymerization, I'm defining the polymerization. Listen carefully. What is polymerization? Any process in which relatively small molecules called monomers combine chemically to produce a very large chain like molecules called a polymers. Okay, listen carefully. What is polymerization? Polymerization. Polymerization is a process in which relatively small molecules called monomers combine chemically to produce a very large chain-like molecules called a polymers. The monomers molecule may be alike or they may represent two, three or more different compounds. This is somewhat extra knowledge for you. That is polymerization. It is just like, for example, if we will take a chain, okay, any type of chain. So each segment of the chain is a monomer. Mono mean one, mers mean part. If we take one part, then we call it the monomer. And when these different chain segments of the chain combine together, so this process is called the polymerization. And when we obtain a chain-like structure or net-like structure, then we call it the polymer. Okay. It is a branch of chemistry that deals specially with the study of polymerization and the product obtained through the process of polymerization, such as plastic. Plastic is an example of a polymer. Similarly, synthetic fiber is also an example of polymer. Similarly, peppers we obtain is also an example of the polymers. Okay, so polymers, the segments combined in a chain form or in the net form obtained is called the polymers, and each segment is called the monomers. Poly means many, mono means one. Okay, now going to the next topic. These are all about the different branches of chemistry, and I hope all of these branches is clear to you. Now going to the next topic, that is the chemistry and society. Chemistry and society, there are three significant reasons, three mostly we can say, we have many reasons to study chemistry. Chemistry also play an important role or implications in the society. It also play important role in the development of life-saving drugs and also play important role in modern technology. So there are many reasons why we study chemistry. What is the role of chemistry in the society? Chemistry is an intellectual enterprise, a way of explaining our material world. Intellectual enterprise means ability to create new tasks. When we study about the chemistry, it gives ability to produce or to create new tasks, or we can say a way of explaining the material world. Okay, different type of the matter. So we can study about the material world. Now, next point is chemistry enable us to design our source of material, drugs to fight disease, pesticides to protect our crops. What are the pesticides? Pesticides are the chemical substances which are used by the farmers to protect their crops from the unwanted animals which go damage or which are harmful for the crops. For example, just like the caterpillar or the inside the earth, just like the rats or other unwanted animal which are harmful for the crops. So the farmer use the pesticide to save their crops. Okay, fibers to provide variety of cloths and other things. As we know, the cloths which are formed mostly from the fibers and other things. Okay. Next point is chemistry figures prominently in other fields, such as in the biology, in the advancement of medicine. Okay. In every field of life, chemistry play an important role, especially in the biology, in the advancement of medicines. Okay. Next point is chemistry has an important practical applications in the society. Okay, listen again. Chemistry has an important practical applications in the society. What is mean by it? Chemistry has played a very important role in our life. It has contributed a lot towards the well-being of mankind in the form of food, clothing, shelter, medical treatment, and in providing entertainment facilities. Okay? Now, next point is the development of life-saving drugs is one, and a complete list will touch upon the most areas of modern chemistry. Okay, now going to the next topic, that is the chlorine and daily life. We use different type of chemical substances in our daily life. Just like chlorine, I think you are familiar with the chlorine. What is the chlorine? It is used in making polyvinyl chloride. First point is that it is used in making the polyvinyl chloride. In short, we can say the PVC is plastic pipe. PVC is used to make the plastic pipes which we use at our homes and for different purposes. So it is used in making polyvinyl chloride, that is PVC, as a plastic pipes. Its compounds are used as bleaching agent. Bleaching agent means bleaching agent is also a chemical compound which are used to if you want to change the color of an object or the color of anything. Okay, it is used as a pesticides. I have mentioned about the pesticide. What are the pesticide? Refrigerants. What is mean by the refrigerants? Refrigerant is a compound typically found in either a fluid or gaseous state. It, it is readily absorb heat from the environment and can provide refrigeration or air conditioning when combined with other components such as compressor and evaporator. Okay, for cooling purpose, you can use the refrigerants, flame retardants. If you want to slow down, retardants mean to slow down for flame retardants and drugs. The next one is it is used in treating water to kill pathogenic organisms. Now, what is mean by pathogenic? Pathogenic organisms are the organisms which are disease causing, which produces diseases. So, these organisms which produces diseases are called the pathogenic organism. Now, listen again. It is used in treating water to kill pathogenic diseases, disease causing organisms. In this way, disease like cholera, typhoid, fever, dysentery, and dangerous diseases are eliminated from most part of the world. So most of the diseases now are eliminated from of the world because of the uses of chlorine, because of the compounds of chlorine. Now, another thing which we use in our daily life is the another element which we use in our daily life is the fluorine and daily life. It is used as a pesticides, okay, flame retardants. It is also used as anesthesia. Now, what is mean by anesthesia? Anesthesia, it is a state of controlled temporary loss of sensation for medical purpose. Okay, we lose sensation for a time being in a controlled manner for medical purposes. So this is called the anesthesia and fire extinguisher fluids. Okay. Now it is also used as PTFE. What is mean by PTFE? Poly for P for poly tetrafluoroethane. PTFE, polytetrafluoroethane, commonly known as Teflon. Okay, commonly known as Teflon, which is used for making non-stick utensils. As we use the non-stick utensils at our home, so these non-stick utensils are used by using the Teflon. Teflon is the polytetrafluoroethane. Its compounds like tin SnF2, that is the uh, uh, sodium fluorophosphate and sodium chloride in our toothpaste to protect and control the tooth decay. Okay, now I'm going to show some instruction for the copy presentation. Copy, copy or exercise book must be covered with the transparent plastic sheet. Okay. Now outer face sheet, student name, father name, student's name. Now I'm doing some instruction for copy presentation. Copy exercise book must be covered with the transparent plastic sheet. Outer face sheet, student's name, father name, class, section, roll number, subject, and school name. Then in the inner side of the face sheet, student's name, father name, class, section, roll number, subject, subject teacher name, class teacher name. Okay, now the next page, first term title page, that is August to November, with year 2021 to 22, and then margin line on both sides of the page, margin line, two sides margin of 1 inch width. Okay, now next is the home task. The home task is list out 3 significant reasons to study chemistry. Question number 1 is list out 3 significant reasons to study chemistry. Second question, define chemistry and explain different branches of chemistry. Okay, now listen again. Now, I think you note down the instruction for copy presentation. For the at the face sheet, you will cover the face sheet with the, you will cover your copy. First of all, you will cover your copy with transparent plastic sheet. Then outer face sheet, at the outer face sheets, write down, fill the column, the student's name, father name, then class, section, roll number, subject, and school name. Then inner side of face sheet will be, you will write down the student's name, name of the students, father name, then class, section, roll number, subject, subject teacher name, and class teacher name. Then on the next page, go to the next page, first term title page will be made. I made a title page of the first term, that is first term. And first term is from August to November, year is 2021 to 22. Then the margin, two sides margin of 1 inch breadth. And again, I want to share the next, again the home task. List out 3 significant reasons to study chemistry. Next one is the define chemistry and explain different branches of chemistry.